president has called a crisis. Good to see you, Congressman.
Good morning, Ed. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, go for it.
It's really concerning. I think the Secretary is right to send that letter up to Congress. We do need to take emergency action. And look, the administration has been clear from the get-go. We need more beds. We need more judges. We need more relief at the border. We do need more infrastructure, fencing. We need roads along the river. We've got 100,000 people who are coming here illegally, being apprehended in March alone, which is a record high. We had over 4,000 in one day alone this week, according to Border Patrol.
Yeah.
And most concerningly, about 13,400 in custody right now. And in the past, 4,000 is a really high number for just how many people we have in custody. So 13,400 is just unmanageable. So now Border Patrol is actually catching and releasing immediately and not even turning them over to ICE. Yeah. And we don't have any chance to be able to process everybody coming across the border. It's a real problem. It is an emergency of epic proportions.
Well, Congressman, the data speaks for itself. We had on the screen a moment ago 100,000 apprehensions potentially this month alone. That's what Border Patrol officials are estimating. You see that stat there. And yet Nancy Pelosi, other Democrats have called this again and again a manufactured crisis. And she put out this statement this week. The House is deeply concerned about this request. She's talking about the budget, which seeks to fully revive the administration's horrific and immoral family incarceration and family separation plans. We cannot support the implementation of policies, Pelosi writes, that we know will hurt traumatized children, rip apart vulnerable families, dishonor our values, and do absolutely nothing to solve the situation at the border. Congressman, when the issue is demagogued like that you're ripping families apart, how do you fix the problem?
You know, that's a great question. When I talk to Border Patrol at the border, what you have are Democrats like the Speaker who come down and they go into the facilities where our great agents are sitting there doing everything they know how to do to protect those children that are moving their way up through Mexico and coming across the river, being exploited by cartels, putting in harm's way. We put them in a room. We try to figure out how to keep them safe, figure out which men aren't their dads that are with them, separate them so that they are safe and sleeping in a warm bed, give them medical treatment, clean them up, and then put them in a bus, and then they're distributed around the country. And she's demagoguing this. They'll go right across the street, they'll get on a camera and completely say something opposite of what they just saw from Border Patrol. It's politics, it's pure politics, and it's unconscionable. And it is on their hands what is happening to these little girls and these women that are taking this dangerous journey through Mexico because we refuse to do our basic job as a sovereign nation and secure our border.
The president's talked about maybe shutting down the border this coming week. It's going to be a major issue. Appreciate you coming in on that. But we also want to ask you about something happening in your backyard. San Antonio maybe not wanting Chick-fil-A. Here's a statement from Councilman Trevino. Quote, I'm confident that we have followed all our rights and laws as given to us as City Council, and we did everything by the book. Chick-fil-A responding, we have a fundamental code of conduct at Chick-fil-A. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The 140,000 people who serve customers in our restaurants on a daily basis represent and embrace all people, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Why is the City Council getting involved in this?
Well, unfortunately, the City Council of San Antonio doesn't seem to reflect the vast majority of the people who live in San Antonio. And it's unfortunate because Chick-fil-A is a pillar of our community, but in Central Texas and around the country. And this is just rampant discrimination. They're discriminating against Chick-fil-A for their deeply held religious beliefs. That is likely unlawful. It's contrary to the Constitution, and I sent a letter to them saying that they need to answer to this because if they continue to do this, it's going to harm the ability for Congress to be able to do what it needs to do to help San Antonio because this reflects badly on the city.
Congressman Chip Roy standing up for tough borders and for a tender chicken, Chick-fil-A. Congressman, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, Ed.
The president, meanwhile, weighing in on the Mueller report.
This was a hoax. This was